Harry Gracie there. Now, labelled Syria's ghost refugees, almost 80,000 people fleeing the so-called Islamic State have become stranded in no man's land. They're situated between the Syria and Jordan border. Aid agencies say they're struggling to provide for the people in Rukban and warn it'll soon be home to the largest number of Syrians fleeing the war. The BBC Arabic's Ferris Kalani has been given exclusive access to the area.
Trapped in a no man's land between two countries. These Syrians are desperate to escape the so-called Islamic State, but Jordan has shut them out. Living in tough conditions, they come under repeated attack. But still, the numbers grow. We are here with the Jordanian army, who hold the border. It's the first time they have allowed journalists to witness this crisis. But this is as close as we can get. The commander here says the area is just too dangerous to approach. The threat of violence means help is limited and uncertain. Aid has been cut off for months at a time. The UN field hospital here on the Jordanian side can only cope with the most urgent cases. Ashraf has become paralyzed from the waist down. The doctors say he may never walk again. I want to go home, he says. Dozens of children have died here in the winter conditions. This lady has just arrived from the camp and tells me her one-year-old son has stopped growing. Without regular food, he has become weak and malnourished. A few hundred meters is all that stands between the Syrians and safety here in Jordan. But having suffered a number of attacks themselves, Jordanians say opening the borders is simply too risky. Just 2 weeks ago, a huge car bomb ripped through the camp, targeting a busy area. The blast killed 11 people, including an entire family of 4. Along the border, the Jordanian army are taking no chances. Faced with a growing threat, they are increasing the military here. The chief of staff says they can't afford to allow the Syrians to cross.
Our borders were open, but to avoid attacks we had to close them because IS have sleeper cells inside the camps. Indeed, the majority of refugees came here from areas still under Islamic State control.
They might be standing on the verge of safety, but the truth is, these people are now viewed with fear and suspicion. Many Syrians here and around the world are now finding more and more doors are closing on them. Ferris Kalani, BBC News, Rukban on the Jordan-Syria border.
Bye-bye from me. Well Business Report is coming up next.